All right, friends. A lot of changes, man. You guys are here for it, but it's like, this is it. You know, let me turn that air down a little bit. I decided to dump my rectifier, and honestly, what came about today was, but it actually kind of came about like the last day. I'm doing like I'm a guitar sub in a wedding band, and we have a show coming up, or a wedding coming up in 4 weeks, and the band leader hit me up and says, "Hey, can you sing like a bunch of this high stuff? Because I don't know if the girl, she doesn't want to sing the whole thing, and they're like, they want more, they're like," so basically he's like, here's the list, and a lot of these songs I already know. Some of them I don't necessarily sing and play, but anyway, it's like Journey, like Stone in Love and Don't Stop Believing and Faithfully, and then it's like Josie was a big day tomorrow, the Outfield, and like a bunch of Toto. They do Africa and all that, and Tears for Fears. So I've been warming up and singing, and I think that the drop tune metal with me screaming over it for my own music is past, and I think that that's why a part of why I've been so conflicted about making new songs, making new music, because I'm kind of like a man without a country or something. Like I don't know, like I don't know, like a part of me is like, I don't even know if I have anything left to say. I mean, I'm on YouTube. But but I do. I could, I still write songs. But yesterday I went in and I was listening to the tracks from the other day, Around the World in 30 Days, and like like I don't, and the funny thing is I can still sing like that. It's not like, that's the weird, it's not like I'm like it's not like from a technical or ability or whatever you want to call it standpoint I can't do it. I can do it. I can sing exactly like I sang when I was 20s. No different. If anything, I have more range. But I don't know, it's like maybe, the last 10 years I've been writing a lot of songs, and it comes out and it's more like Jeff Buckley, or like, Todd Rundgren, or, Sting, or, like it's this different thing. And then also I've been playing this Sir, I know I keep saying it, but it's got me like hearing music, again, and kind of in a different way. And also, yesterday I played for hours on the ecstasy, and I'm like, yeah, this is probably as far as I would go at this point. Like, I just don't have the desire to slam and scream. It just doesn't interest me. So, and also like starting to warm my voice up and learning these songs for the wedding band, and like, kind of going, well, what am I? Who am I? Who am I? I'm driving right now. So anyway, I said, you know what? I'm getting rid of this, because I was listening to the tracks, I was listening to the rectifier, and it's like that distinct, it's like if you go to the second channel, it's just a little less, but it's still that distinct sound. Am I on the right way? Yeah. I am. I know where I'm going. But, right? Yeah. So she, you know what? I'm going to pull it. I threw my 77 up there, played with it a little bit. For what I do, pop and pop rock and a little country, a little alternative country rock, like, I'm fine. And the other thing that I thought about was, if I was in a situation where I was recording and I was like, oh, I wish I had like a layer of rectifier chords underneath this verse or this chorus, like tucked in, I've got the Axe Effects. Thank you. The Axe Effects rectifiers sound killer, and I have all my IRs are in my Axe. So I can get what I need. So, oh shit! No, I'm going straight. I got it. Okay. This whole area of downtown Nashville is very Demumbrian and Broadway and Church. I'm turning on Charlotte and Church Street. Going to pick kids up from school. Woo! And I'm fried. So on top of all of this going through my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'm screwed. I'm dumping this rectifier. I pulled it. I put it up for sale. I put my 77 up there. It sounds great. And it's it is different. Obviously, it's different from an 800 because the 800 is more like and it's also 100 watts. So it's just the 77 is just like that 50 watt, that pocket. So I threw it up there, and so what I had for sale was the rectifier, the baritone, the 12-string acoustic, and my Strat, my professional. Man, my hair is hurting. My American Professional 2, the blue one. And when I was putting that up for sale, it kind of occurred to me, like, oh, whoa, I really tricked this thing out. Let me through. I put the Fender like locking tuners on it, and I'm doing two things at once. I'm sorry. So I had the stock tuners in the case. So it's got the locking tuners. It's sweet, man. I've spent so much time. I've been playing that thing. Almost literally on a daily for 4 years. I think I got it in 2021. So I'm like, anyway, but I bring all this down to Guitar Center because I've got this stuff up for sale, and I'm getting, it's the land of the hagglers and I've got an umbrella. You want to trade your rectifier for a vintage umbrella from Scotland? So I was like, I have to end this. Like, I want to end this. So I took it down to Guitar Center, and I've gotten tired of selling things. I don't like people coming to the studio that I don't know. So sometimes it's cool, and I can search them. A kid came yesterday and bought my Dan Electro 12-string, and we knew each other, and he was cool. But sometimes, you just don't know, man. But I took him down there. My buddy hooked me up, and at the end, I'm like, he gave me this price, and I was like, oh, okay, that's great. That's great. And I said, he said, yeah, I can only get you this for the American Professional 2 Strat. He says, yeah, you may want to just keep that. And what was so weird was that was exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to dump this for, if I was going to sell this, I would get full used market for it, because it is really nice, and it is, I've got the locking tuners on it. It's yo diggity. So they're gone. So the only thing left for sale is this American Professional, which I pretty much think I'm gonna take it down. And I've had some ideas with it, and I don't know if they're great ideas or not. But I was almost like, well, I could throw a nice set of Fralins in it and bring it up to life and give it its own thing, and still use it. And then I was like, well, or I could just make a Dan Huff guitar out of it. I bet somebody out there sells a pick guard with all the pickups, with the humbucker and the little whatever preamp and the switches, and I could probably slide that in and solder it up. I don't know. Either way, the guitar's in the back here, and I feel so good. and it's like time for like, and I said this in 2 videos ago. It's like I need a break from Guitar Center. It's a hike, you know. I live up in what we call in Nashville the Nasty, which is East Nashville. It's not Nasty. We just call it the Nasty. It used to be Nasty. It's been modified, kind of like some of my guitars. But that's it. I don't know if you know what kind of video this is, but I was just letting you guys know. Feels good to dump some stuff. And yeah, man. How are you guys doing? What's happening? I've been really digging a lot of the comments and replies. Actually, all of them. And I've been making a point for the last 6 months to a year to like engage with people and, you know, and listen and read and, you know, and we discuss back and forth. So I think that's what's cool about this. So I got to get ready, man. I'm going to be singing Journey and Toto and Guns N' Roses and AC/DC. You know, it's all this stuff. So I told them that in the next day or so I'll figure out which songs. My voice still does not feel 100% since having COVID. And it's been 23 days since I got sick. So, you know, it's got a little linger to it. Kind of like the Cranberries.